it's Nikki. Welcome back to my channel. I am coming on today to show you what I created with these plant stakes that I got from nbeads.com. This is a huge pack of, I think 50 of them came in here, and they are just wooden plant stakes. There's enough in here that if you just wanted to use them as disposable plant stakes, you know, year after year, you could. They're not gonna last outside probably more than one season. An idea that I thought would be really cute on these is just to paint them black with a black chalk paint. And then you could write, you know, tomato or early girl or whatever, you know, you're planting outside. It could even be, you know, in your herb garden. They would be really cute. They measure 4 inches and the top is about 1.5 inches. So you have about 1.5 inches here this way and 2.5 inches this way to write on. So I thought that would be a cute way to use them. I, of course, you know, wanted to do more than that. So let me show you what I did. So the first thing I did is I worked with 2 collections that I kind of have going on right now. One is this Beach Day from Carta Bella, super old. I think I told you guys it's from like 2016, something like that. And then the other one, I am going to be working on like a camping type swap, and I picked out this paper from Honeybee Stamps. It's called The Great Outdoors. These are just the color palette. They're pretty neutral, but it's the color palette I wanted to work with. I did pick up a Simple Stories, very small ephemera kit. There's just a couple things in there to use with it. But then I did recently pick up the Jen Hatfield collection, and I pulled out some of her ephemera pieces that match really well with it. I think it's Live and Let Grow or something similar to that. Let me get these. And there's some outdoorsy ones. So this little water bottle that says Adventure. There's this fish with the gold accents, kayak, this shoe with the greens coming out of it, just a green kind of vine there, shoes again, the fish, a suitcase, camera, iPhone, snail, butterfly, you know. So I pulled out those to use with this collection. And then with the Beach Day collection, I don't have a lot of ephemera. I have a sticker sheet and I have a few cut aparts, and that's it. So first thing I did, you're going to take a blank stake. I covered it with, where's my glue? Okay, so I took just my Bearly Arts glue, and I'm gonna take this piece of navy paper. It's got this side and it's got this side. I thought really hard about which patterns to use, and then I ended up covering most of it up anyways. So I'm gonna go with the paper this way. So I just took my stake, you know, put a fairly good amount on it. You're going to want to get all the way to the edges. And then you're going to put it down. This is the side I want to show, so I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to put it down on this side then. And this side kind of has a pattern to it, so I want to make sure that this one is straight. Yeah, there's some glue that is, you know, coming over the edges. That's totally fine. So I let these dry completely overnight like this. The next day I just came back, and what I thought was really helpful is if you crease around here like that, it gives you your cutting lines kind of. So, you know, I could come in and just cut close to this. But then when you turn it over, it's easier to cut from this side when I'm going to the right, so that crease in there helps. So anyway, let it dry, cut it out, and then you're left with these. Now with this paper on, if you were to actually put these in the ground, the paper getting wet, it's not going to stay. So these are more decorative. This is something you could put in a pocket letter, a tag flip, just embellishment in your scrapbook. You could stick it in a little card. You know, a lot of possibilities without actually planting it. So the next thing I did, because it's got quite a rough edge on here. I've got this, which I don't know where it came from. My daughter got it in one of her art bins, and this is actually layers of like sandpaper pieces stapled together on this piece of, I don't know, press board or whatever. You could also use a nail file. This would work just fine, or Dollar Tree sells sanding blocks, any one of those. So I'm just gonna go in and I'm gonna start going around my edges. So this is gonna give me a finished look because it's gonna get your stray pieces of paper off of there, you know, that your scissors didn't cut close enough to. And it's going to give you kind of a little bit of a rustic or vintage look around the edges because you're going to get a white spot where you sanded the paper off. So let me just show you. Here you can see the difference between the sanded side and the unsanded side. So the only thing that you're going to want to be careful with is when you're sanding here, right in this crack, make sure you're supporting it. I broke one in half, or I broke the stick part of it off because I was pressing and sanding too hard. So, you know, you're just going to do that all around. And then you're left with a really finished steak. I just think they're really cute. So it looks like that. The only problem with sanding is you're going to get dust everywhere. So these two were from the camping collection. These two are from Beach Day. So I wanted additional textures in it. So what I did is I just keep this little container here from Dollar Tree on my desk with just ribbons and fabric and scrap pieces. So I kind of pulled out some pieces that matched, and on one I just created a ruffle. So I took a piece of fabric, this is ribbon, but I just created a simple ruffle like this and hot glued it across the back, and that gave me a texture here. And then I just worked with my ephemera on top of it. On another one I took a piece of wider lace, and I think it was this one. So you can see that it is a little bit wider. So I took it and I just glued this to the background of it and then trimmed around the edges just to give it a little bit of texture, like I said. What I wanted to accomplish with these was just lots of layers. So let's look at the camping ones first. So I created this one here. This, like I said, you can barely see the paper underneath it, but I used like a brown, maybe tree bark kind of looking one. I put that lace in the background here, and then I layered up some ephemera pieces. So these three pieces here are from the Jen Hatfield collection. This little tassel is also from the Jen Hatfield collection. And then I just finished it off with this kind of chunky yarn. So that is what that one looks like. And then the other one I made with the camping theme is this one. So this is where I just did that layer with the fabric underneath. I frayed the edges just because I wanted a really textured look. Then I went ahead and glued this piece on. I popped up this piece over here and glued that down. I tucked this one in the back, and then I finished it off with that tiny little mosquito there. So those are two. Then I'll have these three left to decorate. I'll do the navy blue one once that dries. So the beach theme ones, I did the same thing. You can see where I distressed, oh, it's a little bright there, where I distressed the edges, giving it a nice finished look. And I picked these three papers for these that I have to do yet. And then these are the two that I already embellished. So for this one, I didn't go with a lot of textures. I didn't want to so much for the beach one. It's just, I think, a simpler design. And there's a lot of different colors going on in the papers. So I just layered up some cut aparts from the collection here. There are little Polaroids in the back. I've got a little Brad surfboard here, and then I just put the bug on the front of that one. There's the back. And on this one, I did cut aparts, two little Polaroids here. I glued this paper clip down there, and this is a paper clip from Joann's. It's like a palm frond or a leaf. And then this Beach Day is from the Brad collection. It's the back has Brads on it, and I just kind of bent those inward and then popped it up on Pop Dots. But then I added this little charm with that seashell or that starfish on it and the multicolors dangling from the paper clip. So I think those turned out really cute. I can't wait to finish up the rest of these. I'll probably gift these in some kind of a package. I wonder, let's see what I have here. I have some boxes, and you probably all have the same ones because they were on clearance at Hobby Lobby. Let's see if they fit in here. So I can see doing some like some shred, some colorful shred that coordinates. There we go. Oh, no. Okay, getting some colorful shred that coordinates and putting it in there. And then you could, maybe not. Oh, you could stack them in like that, and then this closes, it gives you room. Let's see. Yeah, you could do something like that. I think that would be cute, like I said, with some shred in there, and that would be a neat way to do it. Another way that you could gift them would be like a large library pocket, something like this. You could, again, put some shred in the bottom and then just have like these poking out of the top. I think that would be super cute, like that. Another idea, I think that if you were doing a card, if you did a card like, you know, like this, and then you left this part open, like if you put a belly band there, you could slide this in the belly band. I think I'm gonna make one of those. I think that would be cute. So if you have your card this way, you put a belly band across here, and then you just kind of slide that in there, and it's got the sentiment on it already. I think they're super cute. I really had fun playing with these. I like challenging myself to use them for other than their obvious purpose. So let me know what else you guys would do with them. I appreciate you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.